Our 2019 Summer Mission Project took our ASP teams to McCreary County, Kentucky. This is our second visit to McCreary County, which was formed in 1912 and is the only county in Kentucky to not have a single incorporated city. It has over 25 waterfalls and 40 natural arches. We sent 5 teams and 1 supply team, which was made up of 11 adults and 20 teenagers for a total of 31 participants, including 6 first-timers. We were hosted by Flat Rock Missionary Baptist Church in Whitley City, Kentucky, and they provided the food and lodging for our week this summer. During the week, Chris challenged us to figure out where we could find joy. So that was the challenge, and this is our responding in this video to the question, where did you find joy this week?
Chris said that joy is contagious, and he's not kidding, because some days I would wake up and I would be like, I'm gonna be mad today, I'm gonna be upset, I'm gonna stay in my bubble. But like, when I see like Daryl laughing, when I see you laughing, when I see the homeowner, you can't help but to smile.
This whole week for me has been very joyful, nothing but peace, and found it in everything we accomplished in our group. I think I found the most joy and peace in the group I came with and the leaders. Nothing but encouraging me. It's been very good for me. Like, I think I needed this week.
I saw joy in getting to get to know my team members and members of the other team, and just getting to interact and actually connect with them, like some people I've never talked to, and they just kind of check up on me every now and then. It was pretty nice.
My teammates and my team leaders, because they really went out of their way to make sure that my last ASP was the best one, and I really genuinely got close to all of them. And I'm friends with most of my teammates, but I really felt a genuine connection with all of them.
And I got closer to the youth group more, and also getting closer to Chris and Lindsay.
Getting to know people in the youth at this church. I didn't feel like I knew people, and so that was part of the reason that I came on this trip, was to get to know people, and I feel a lot more comfortable around like everybody in this whole group.
Coming back, being my first year as a leader, I kind of saw a whole other side of ASP, and like through all of the emotions I felt coming into it, they really put me at ease. I didn't really know many of them coming in, so they were welcoming, and now like we never missed a beat. We like feel like family already, and without the kids like welcoming me into the team, I just don't think we could have made it through the week like we did. So it was just an amazing week, and it was because of the kids and Jeff being my leader as well.
I spent time with all the people, just the family and people in our church and other churches.
I got to know more people and like got to make more friendships and know more people that I usually wouldn't talk to or hang out with. Like I would have a full conversation with VKT while we were working.
I haven't been as active in youth as I have been in the past. So the trip was like kind of a break from life and just a detox, I guess.
Being with the homeowner and my team, because I really felt like that I was away from home and that I needed a family then, and that's what you guys brought me, and Mary was like part of my family too. I needed people to be there for me and stuff, and that's what you guys brought me.
We were on the same site as 2 different teams from our church, and it was cool to have the opportunity to connect with more people from youth and to have others there that were willing to help out whenever we needed it.
I saw joy this week. This might sound a little strange, but the kind of the sick burns that our kids and adults were willing to deliver to each other, I think it's a sign of comfort, you know, when you're able to pick, and there's a lot of laughter this week.
And like we had a speaker playing, and it was a song, and everybody knew it, and everybody's doing their own thing. We weren't really talking; we were doing our own thing. We know how to do everything, and we were all just singing along to like the same song. And
like yesterday, we were dancing and singing and all that,
and we were today, and it was really fun.
When we were in the van ride and like we started to like sing along and get together, and we were on the work site, and like how some people, how we would just share jobs and we would just work together.
My team and how well we worked together and on the site and how much we got done.
Throughout our team, because like it just went very well. I couldn't ask for a better team. We all worked great together. Everyone had a particular role.
It was just so satisfying when you meet the family, you get to know people, and you know they had their own circumstances, but like they were still so content with whatever you did, and they were so grateful.
Just seeing how thankful our homeowner was, because I've never really had one that was that nice, and I've only been for 1 year before this, but I went to 2 different houses and neither of those families were near as nice as our homeowner was. So I really found joy in her and her kitten, obviously, because it was cute. I hold a child, and that was my first time holding a child. He actually connected with me, I guess. He liked me. He smiled at me. That was the first time a child has ever liked me. Or that I've ever liked a child. Either or.
Being able to put my faith into action what brought me joy. That's who I want to be, that's what I want to do. And this trip, it just gives you the opportunity to do that. Being put in a position where you have to let God be the source of your strength is, and this does that to you. You have to be like that.
Just seeing how supportive all the kids, Spencer, and then we had 2 other teams on our side as well. And then when we got back to the center, anyone who I asked was just willing to help, and if I had questions, they were more than willing to answer them.
Whenever I was trying out new stuff, I would feel like I was failing, but then I would get a hang of it, and I was I love how everyone supported me, and I was known for that. For example, I sucked at hammering. I was super bad at it, and by the end of the day, I was everybody wanted me to do it. I had gotten a hang of it, and they were like, wow, she's really got a swing on things.
They were quick to reassure me that I was doing a great job, and that just really made me feel awesome on the inside, especially when I was doubting myself. They never failed to make me feel like I'm important.
This trip has the power to heal you, emotionally, and it also has the power to grow you. And I don't realize that until I get here, because that's why I get so overwhelmed, because I realize how much I actually need this trip.
It's been very good for me. I think I needed this week.
Why is that?
Lately I've been kind of stressful, just graduating and just going through a different, stage.
Supportive and patient that my group leader, Spencer and Michaela, were. It's because there were a lot of times where I was rushing through something and I messed up, and they were still patient with me, even though that was my fault entirely. I was really scared of heights, and a lot of things I would back out of and I would get anxious about. But with this, I remember Jeff grabbed my hand, he was like, I'm going to be here for you. But for some reason, I didn't want that anymore, and I wanted independence. And so he went to the work truck, and I snuck up the ladder, and I did it myself.
The kids, when I was a youth, ASP was such an empowering experience, and it was really cool this week to kind of see the other side of it, and to kind of see all of these kids realize throughout the week how much they're capable of. And by Thursday we had Victoria running the siding. Selena was putting up all of the foam. She worked out her own system. Allie was scrambling up and down ladders. Dakota was manhandling this gutter off to the side of the building. And I was like, this is so cool. I was so proud of them. And I just really hope that going forward, whatever their next steps are, whether it's high school or college, that whenever they have challenges or obstacles or tough things, they can look back on this week and say, I was able to do that. I was able to overcome that and meet that, and I can do this too.
We had the best family I've had in years, maybe ever. It was 2 little boys and a mom and a dad, and they literally lived in a holler with the rest of their family. They were so appreciative and loving, excited about what we were doing, and truly, you could feel like you were making their house a home.
I saw joy this week, seeing the faces of my homeowners.
And then they wanted to help us, they kept on asking us if we needed anything to drink, if we needed help. They got us ice cream. They took us to their family cookout. Yeah, they were nice people. I thanked us for everything we did.
They welcomed us with open arms and she would sit outside and she would play music and just watch us work. And she's pregnant and it's beaming hot sun, but she just sat out there so she could talk to us. And when we got there, there were these two little boys, Reuben and Dusty. And then there was a husband and his name was Dustin. The wife was pregnant with a little boy named Hudson. Their house is excessively small. I have 1 bedroom, 1 kitchen, living room combination, and a bathroom. And I have 3 kids.
I felt like this year was my favorite year of ASP because our homeowner was actually very great. Like I couldn't have asked for a better homeowner as well because she's very grateful for everything that we gave her.
Being in the supply role is a lot different than being on a site all by itself. So I got the chance to meet all the families. On one of the sites, there was a young family that the team was building a room for, and I was very touched by their feeling of gratitude and appreciation. That part was different for me than in most of the trips in the past. I've not been real touchy-feely in the past, but this was a good trip. It was really amazing. It was a very special experience.
Seeing the look on the kids' faces after accomplishing something, I mean, it was a pretty big task that we were kind of brought on to us. We had to finish out a room, basically 2 rooms. We had to finish out the kitchen and then also finish out a smaller room. And seeing their faces and kind of light up when they realized that, you know, we just finished drywalling and completing these 2 rooms so this family of 6 or 7 could move in there was a really big thing to me.
Getting to see it piece by piece together, like what we were doing. Like it'd start off, it looked like nothing got done, and by the end of the week, it's like, is this almost finished product? So
We had like 3 teams on our site this year because I guess the project was so far behind. When we needed help, other teams pitched in a person and they came and helped us as needed.
The way everybody worked together on my work site, we all got a lot accomplished and I grew closer to everybody, so I enjoyed that.
And I liked that I had an impact on everything. So I did the roof, I did the framing, I did the siding, I did the sanding and the ceiling. I helped nail in the sides of like the walls and stuff.
I learned how to use 3 different kinds of power tools. Chop saw, circular saw, and sawzall.
Logan, that boy on the roof, he's up hanging off the edge of the roof with a sawzall.
Okay, that's not gonna make the video.
Hanging on, don't tell his mom.
Our kids on our team, I think that they really, learn the true meaning of ASP, and that's, it's a relationship ministry with construction, a little bit of construction thrown in, and even to have a new kid, a first timer on our team, and you can really tell that he understands what we're doing here and the true meaning behind ASP.
Fixing the house and knowing that they'll have a warm, sheltered place to sleep and stay in.
It's pretty cool when you have some teenagers looking at you and say, we just did that, and like the smile on their face, and especially we completed all the tasks that we put before our team at the beginning of the week and what ASP had asked us to do.
They're good kids, they work hard, they listen to the adult leaders very well, they're very well behaved, they represent our church well. And if you look at those interactions that you see with those kids and with their interactions both with the families, each other, and then with the other groups, God's all around. He's there everywhere.
If you feel any bit insignificant in the world, I feel like you can't contribute enough, just go on ASP. Because that shows you what you're capable of.
Well, it's worth it. I would do it all over again, and I'd definitely come back and tell all my friends.
We were recognized for 25 years of service as a church, and to think back about how many people in our church have been involved to make that happen. There's certainly people that have gone on the trip, the adults and the youth that have gone on the trip and been a part of that for a long time, and some of those folks are still going. but the people that have prayed, the people that have helped us raise money, the people that have, in the beginning, were giving us drinks so we could go get those and didn't have to buy them, or, and to see how much that's changed over those years and how much that's stayed the same over the years, and it's just a cool, pretty cool moment for our church. I think says something about our commitment to missions and our commitment to the youth group, and our commitment to trying to give some of ourselves every year. And so hopefully that'll continue, and we'll have a 30-year and a 40-year hanging on the wall. And, but just a cool moment.
Thank you for everybody. You helped me get here to come be to ASP.